Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another video. Today we are going to unlock Maddox. What do we need to do? Yulia says to beat him at level 30, summon Galactic Oblivion, summon Ransom Linek, defeat him with Galactic Oblivion and win with 2000 or less life points remaining. That doesn't sound so bad besides the very last mission, and that's the reason I'm not doing this in one duel but in two. So let's start with the duel against Maddox at level 30. And hopefully I don't say Gavin, because I used to call him Gavin all the time when writing down his missions. Kind of stupid, but hey, whatever. So when playing this event on my main account, I don't recall this being too hard against him at level 30, so unlocking him now shouldn't be too hard either. The hardest part for me is always getting the cards that I need in my hand, and I started with Ransom Linek here, which is kind of lucky, and I'm going to draw Galactic Oblivion early here in this duel, so this shouldn't take too long. Also, winning after beating him with Galactic Oblivion is actually doing itself. So yeah, these 4 missions that you see on screen that I'm going to do in this duel, those aren't too hard, I think. What would you need to do if you don't get these cards early? Well, you just have to modify the amount of cards you draw each turn by letting him attack into your monsters with low defense or whatever, so that you draw more cards and therefore get to your stuff faster. That's what I would do. And in the past I had to do this a few times when unlocking characters, and usually it works. We are not even past the 2 minutes mark of this video and already cleared 4 of his 5 missions, so just 1 remains. The one mission I'm talking about is that Julius wins against him with 2000 or less life points remaining. Since I do not have access to hieroglyph lithograph or mirror wall in this playstyle, I need to rely on something else, and that's usually my open arms strategy. Just a quick reminder of what that is, I just let him attack me directly. Now, letting him attack me directly is kind of risky and could backfire, as I might lose the duel, but in order to keep the risk as low as possible, I duel him at level 10. And this is basically the reason I didn't want to do this against him at level 30, although it would have saved me some gate keys. But it is what it is. The duel itself won't take too long, a little longer maybe than the level 30 duel, but I can do what I wanted to do, and usually he doesn't tribute summon, or if he does, he summons a weak monster, so I can actually see the damage that he will deal to me each turn with his monsters that he already has on the field, allowing me to take control of the duel once the time has come and my life points are lower than 2000, or at 2000 exactly for the mission. So once we are lower than 2000, we just have to beat him, and that should be it for this unlock. You know me, I'm not the best player in the world, but when it comes to these character unlocks, I usually know what I'm doing. And if you know what you're doing, you should be fine too. This whole unlock took me like 10 minutes or so of raw footage that I had when editing this video, so it was a fast one. Usually I have about 15 to 20 minutes per character, but that depends on the character themselves and the difficulty of the missions. Here it was not so bad. In general, and up to this point, I found that the rush characters, so the characters that you can unlock in 7th World and in Go Rush World, are easier to unlock than some of the speed characters, or most of them. I just have to think about Arcana and Dr. Crowler and stuff, and when it comes to these rush characters, I don't think I ever had a real problem with unlocking them. But we don't want Konami to hear about this, or else they make future rush characters tougher to unlock, and let's be real, nobody wants that. So with Maddox unlocked, I was about to say Gavin again. Jeez. With Maddox unlocked, we can actually try to get a skill here, and it's not just trying, I am grabbing the skill that was added to the card trader's skill exchange function. At the same time, Maddox was added to the gate. Honestly, I don't need this skill, but it has become sort of a tradition at this point, and if some of you want to actually know how to get the skill, you can see it here in this video, and I feel like it belongs to the unlock of Maddox as well. so why not? With him unlocked and showing the character wheel, which is not really a wheel yet, we can finish this unlock. You can let me know in the comments if actually this unlock was difficult for you when you played it, or if it was easy. I found it easy, but hey, I want to know about your experience with this. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.